Ever felt overwhelmed by all the options in life? Work, invitations, projects, paths to choose from? It's not that you're doing too much, you're just saying yes to the wrong things. Here are 8 powerful rules from Derek Sivers' book, Hell Yeah or No, that will help you save time, avoid burnout, and make space for what actually matters. Rule number 1, if it's not hell yeah, then absolutely say no. Life throws 1,000 options at you every day. Work projects, invitations, opportunities. At first, it feels exciting. After all, having endless options sounds amazing, right? But most of them are just may. They don't spark real excitement. They don't make your heart race or your eyes light up. Here's the trap. If you keep saying yes to these may options, your calendar fills up fast. Little by little, your energy leaks out and you barely notice what's happening. And when a golden opportunity presents itself, you're already too busy, too tired to say yes. Derek says, most of us have lives filled with mediocrity. We said yes to things we felt half-hearted about. He adds, the solution is to say yes to less. If you don't feel hell yeah, that would be incredible, then just say no. It sounds simple, but it works like magic. Because once you clear the clutter, you create space for what really matters. The things that excite you, the projects that deserve your total focus, the life you actually want to live. Use this rule as a compass and remember, every time you say no is making more space for what you actually want to do. Rule number 2, don't be a donkey. Picture this. There's a hungry, thirsty donkey trapped between 2 options. Hay over here, water over there. It keeps hesitating, left, right, then left again, until it dies of starvation. It could have chosen either one and probably been fine. But wanting both at the same time left it with nothing. Sounds stupid, but we do this too. We chase 5 things at once. Start a business, get in shape, learn guitar, travel the world, write a book. And we think we're doing a lot, but most of the time we're just jumping between things. Starting, stopping, starting again, until we're exhausted and burned out with nothing finished. The lesson is simple. If you try to do everything at once, you'll finish nothing. Multitasking feels smart, like you're being productive, but most of the time it just slows you down. Your brain gets tired, your focus splits, and nothing goes deep. Derek says you don't need to accomplish all your dreams this week. You just need to do one thing well, then move to the next. It's not about giving up your ideas, it's about timing. You can still do all the things, just not all simultaneously. Here's the solution. Choose one thing, just one. The one that feels most important right now. Put the others on hold, not forever, just for now. Make a later list and write down the things you want to do next. That way your brain knows it's safe, you won't forget them. Then go all in on the one that matters most. When you finish that, move to the next. That's how you stop being the donkey. Rule number 3, there's no speed limit. When Derek was 17 and about to start music college, he met a guy named Kimo. Kimo was a professional musician who had graduated from the same school and even taught there. Kimo said, I can teach you 2 years of college in just a few lessons. I suspect you can graduate in 2 years if you understand that there's no speed limit. Derek said yes, and what followed was wild. In a single 3-hour lesson, Kimo taught Derek what most students learn in an entire semester. Then they did 4 more lessons, each packed with what others learned in months. When Derek showed up at college, they made him take a placement test. Because of what he learned from Kimo, he skipped the first 6 semesters of music classes. But he didn't stop there. Kimo told him to just buy the textbooks for required classes and study them. Do the homework, study them, do the homework, then go straight to the department head and take the final exam. So he did. And he passed. Between all that and his regular classes, Derek finished his bachelor's degree in just 2.5 years at age 20. He got it not because he was rushing, but because he realized this simple truth. There's no speed limit. As Kimo said, the standard pace is for chumps. That pace is designed so everyone can keep up. But if you have the drive, the curiosity, the discipline, you can go much faster than anyone expects. And that's not just school, that's life. So what's your version of college? What's one thing you're moving at normal pace on that you could finish faster if you stopped waiting and did it your way? Rule number 4, disconnect to create. All of Derek's best, happiest, and most creatively productive moments had one thing in common: being completely disconnected. No internet, no TV, no phone, no people. Just silence and space to create. At 22, he quit his job and spent 5 months alone somewhere near the beach. No outside noise, just practicing, writing, recording, exercising, and learning. The result? He wrote and recorded 50 songs, read 20 books, and got in the best shape of his life. Later, he did it again in a quiet forest cabin in upstate New York. That's when he started CD Baby, an online music store he built to help small independent musicians sell their songs without needing a big record label. In 2008, he sold it for $22 million. Derek says, silence is a great canvas for your thoughts. That quiet space helps turn all your inputs into outputs. That lack of interruption helps you flow. Here's the truth. What most people call connection today is just addiction. Addiction to updates, pings, chats, feeds, and noise. But if what you want is to create, those things are your obstacles. Try this. Turn everything off for even 2 hours. Phone, Wi-Fi, notifications, then focus. Write, practice, make something. While others are consuming, you're creating. Rule number 5, tilt your mirror. Derek shares a driving story that really stuck with me. He was winding through a mountain road with tight curves and cliffs. It wasn't a race, just careful driving. But then came the tailgaters, cars getting close, flashing lights. He wasn't doing anything wrong, but suddenly he felt anxious, pressured to speed up. Then he did something simple. He tilted his rearview mirror up. He couldn't see them anymore, and the stress was gone. Same road, same speed, but this time he felt calm. That small change changed everything. You see, much of our stress doesn't come from what we're doing. It comes from who we're seeing doing it. We're doing fine until we see someone else winning. Someone our age buys a house, launches a product, hits 7 figures, and we panic. I'm falling behind. But that's the illusion. Their speed isn't your speed. Their goals aren't yours. You're not on the same road. You're not even driving the same car. When we let others define our pace, we forget what we actually want. Sometimes the healthiest move isn't to push harder. It's to tilt the mirror and stop looking. Rule number 6. What do you hate not doing? Most of us try to figure out our path by asking, what do I love? Or what makes me happy? But that question often leads to a long, messy list. And the most meaningful things don't always feel fun in the moment. So Derek flips the question. Instead of asking what you like to do, ask, what do you hate not doing? What leaves you restless, out of place, or a little empty when you skip it for too long? Maybe it's writing or exercising or a small business, a passion project, or even just helping people. That double negative question is often clearer because the pain of not doing it reveals how important it really is. So next time you're not sure what's worth your time, don't just ask what gives you pleasure. Ask yourself what brings pain when you're not doing it. Because what you hate not doing might be exactly what you're meant to keep doing. Rule number 7, actions reveal your true values. Derek once told his coach that he really wanted to start his new business. His coach said, "No, you don't want to." Derek said he did care, but the coach responded, "Saying it doesn't make it true." He pointed out that Derek had been talking about this business since 2008, but never launched it. He said if Derek really wanted it, he would have done it already. But looking at his life, how Derek actually spent his time, it was clear he preferred learning, writing, and playing with his son. And that's when it clicked. Derek realized he'd been lying to himself. He didn't really want that startup dream. He wanted the quiet, creative life he already had. Here's the brutal truth, in the coach's words. It doesn't matter what you say. Your actions reveal the truth. We say we want to get in shape, start a business, quit this job. But if we're not doing anything about it, it's not a real priority. So here's the challenge. Stop lying to yourself or start doing what you say matters. Take a look at your week. Where did your time and energy go? That's what actually matters to you. Do your actions match the life you say you want? Rule number 8. Think like a bronze medalist. Derek talks about the Olympic podium. 3 athletes, 3 medals. Gold is thrilled. No surprise there. Silver is crushed. They were so close to winning and missed gold. But bronze? They're smiling ear to ear, just happy to be there. They're not thinking about what they missed. They're celebrating that they still made it. That simple mindset shift makes a huge difference. Derek's insight is simple but powerful. It's not just what happens to you, it's how you see it. The silver medalist compares up and feels frustrated. The bronze medalist compares down and feels lucky. You know we do this in life too. You hit a goal, but then you see someone doing it better. You feel like what you did isn't enough. That's silver medal thinking. But bronze medal thinking, that's where joy lives. It's when you pause and say, wow, look how far I've come. What frames the comparison decides whether you feel proud or defeated. So every time you feel like you're falling behind, zoom out. Look at where you were 6 months ago. List 3 wins, big or small, you've had since then. That's bronze medal thinking, gratitude over comparison. It'll make you feel better than always trying to be number one. Here's what changes everything. These aren't complicated strategies that require expensive equipment or dramatic lifestyle changes. They're simple rules that work with human nature instead of fighting against it. The key is picking one and actually using it. Most people will read this, nod along thinking that makes sense, and then change nothing. Don't be most people. Start with disconnecting for 2 hours today. Turn off everything and focus on one thing that matters. While everyone else is consuming, you'll be creating. Or use the hell yeah or no filter on your next 3 decisions. Watch how much mental space opens up when you stop saying yes to things that don't excite you. Your focused, intentional future self is waiting. The only question is whether you'll clear the path to meet them.